Part 2, Goal Setting and Action Planning. In Part 2, the stroke survivor is presented with a range of evidence-based benefits of physical activity which should be discussed. Open questions at the top of the page are there to start a conversation on these benefits. On the next page, the stroke survivor is presented with a range of activities they could do on the ward, either with a healthcare professional or by themselves or with visitors. They are asked to select activities that interest them. If certain activities aren't available on your ward or there are additional activities that don't appear in the list, this should be discussed to tailor delivery. Once an activity or activities have been identified, the stroke survivor is asked to think about a long-term goal they'd like to achieve in the next 12 months. If you feel this is unrealistic, please don't pass judgment on this goal unless a patient asks specifically about what you think is realistic. It's important not to burst anyone's bubbles to aid motivation. And often stroke survivors will alter their long-term goal as their understanding of their recovery increases. And this is an important part of learning about life after stroke. A short-term goal and timeline is then formulated, informed by the information that's been discussed. Again, it's important not to give unsolicited advice, but if the stroke survivor is unsure what recovery might look like and asks if this is realistic, then it's important to provide this information. Why this goal is important should be explored, and what potential barriers there might be and how they could be navigated. Sometimes on the ward there are barriers that are really difficult to navigate, for example someone being taken for a scan during physio or being poorly, but these can still be discussed. Finally, get the stroke survivor to rank their confidence in achieving their goal on a scale 1 to 10. If they score under a 7, they'll need to rethink their goal, as you'll want them to be confident they will achieve their goal. The stroke survivor then creates an action plan outlining activities to support them towards their short-term goal. These activities can be undertaken with healthcare professionals, independently or with visitors. Often stroke survivors don't perceive activities of daily living, so for example washing and dressing practice, sitting out in a wheelchair, transfers, self-care, breakfast club, walking to social groups. They don't perceive that they fall under the umbrella of physical activity, so it's really important to emphasise the importance of this activity alongside more structured exercise. Self-monitoring is an important behaviour change technique, and the physical activity diary should be used to record daily activity. If they cannot write or type, they can be supported to do this either by healthcare professionals or visitors. It's important to get the stroke survivor not only to think about how long they're doing an activity, but also how many repetitions they do of the activity and how hard they work when doing the activity. Repetitive task practice enables recovery, and moderate and high intensity exercise has been shown to lead to better outcome than low intensity. Low intensity activities are very light or light activity. Moderate intensity activities are when breathing increases, but you're still able to talk but not sing. And high intensity is when breathing is fast and you're unable to talk. Stroke survivors engaging in moderate or high intensity activity should have been screened for any contraindications to exercise. There's a copy of contraindications in our resources on the PARAS website.